Farrokhi from Iran. I got both my MA and BA in Translation Studies, and I've been teaching for teenagers since 2 years ago. In this video, I'm going to talk about my teaching method. I'll explain how I teach both grammar and vocabulary parts. Now, at first, I prefer to start with grammar section. In order to teach the new grammar, first I start with the lead-in. During lead-in time, which is in a very short time, the students' books are closed and I talk indirectly about the new grammar. As an example, if I want to teach this, that, these, those, first I take a pen or marker and I point to it and I ask, what's it? And the students answer, it's a pen. Then I point to it closely and I ask, what's this? And I myself answer, this is a pen. After that, I point to an object which is far from me, for example, a door, and I point to it and I ask, what's that? At the same time, I emphasize on the distance and I ask, what's that? That's a door. And I repeat it, what's this, what's that, several times until it stays in their mind. Then, in order to teach the plural form, I ask the students, how many books are there on my desk? They answer, for example, there are 4 books on your desk. And now I use the new grammar and I ask, what are these? What's this? What are these? And I answer, these are books. What's that? That's a door. What are those? Those are windows. We repeat these questions and answers several times. Then I ask the students to make some sentences with the new grammar. Then we check it and we correct it together. After this step, they open their books and they listen to the audio which is related to their grammar and they repeat. Then they do the following up exercises or activities, and at last I ask them to write a reasonable amount of sentences with new grammar within the following session. And the next session I check their sentences, and if they have any mistakes or problems, we correct them together. Now, in order to teach the vocabulary section, I mean the new words, same as the grammar part, I start with the lead-in section. In order to teach some parts of furniture, as you know, the students know some simple words like chair, table, desk. First, I choose a topic to talk about, to discuss in the class, and I try to extract their knowledge about the furniture. Then I use some flashcards, or there are some pictures on the board, and I teach them new words. For example, I show the flashcard and I repeat the new word 3 times. As an example, copper, cupboard, cupboard, cupboard. Then I ask the students to repeat it corally first, and then I do spell check in order to be sure that they pronounce it correctly. After this step, I write all the words on the board and I myself make 1 sentence for each word. Then they're asked to make 1 sentence, first individually and then in pairs for each word in the class. We check their sentences, and if they have any problems, I just take notes without interrupting them. And when they've finished, I write those sentences on the board. Again, we correct those mistakes together. Then they open their books, they listen to the audio, and they point and then listen. If there were any activities, they do it. And for the next session, I ask them to write each word 1 line in their notebooks and also make one more sentence for each word too. And again, next session, they read those sentences, and if they have any problem or mistake, we correct them. But this is just 2 parts of my teaching method. Thank you for your attention.